Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts, Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
Hey, welcome to Ages of Rock podcast. This is Bill, Dennis, Alan, and it says Chris Czynszak on the page, but that looks like Aaron Camaro.
That's who it is. It's me.
From Decibel Geek Podcast.
Decibel Beep.
Decibel Beep. Decibel Geek Podcast. How are you, man?
I'm fantastic. I'm so glad to finally be on here with you guys. It's exciting. I know I get to hang out with you guys every single year at Rockin' Pod, and you know it's always awesome to see you. I have so much fun hanging out with all three of you, and it's nice to finally get together and do this. And when I saw what you were doing today, I thought maybe I could lend my expertise as a former gentleman's club party host.
You've raised the bar. It's a gentleman's club.
What a fancy name.
Podcasting.
Exactly. So, Bill, so before we get into our talking, go ahead and tell us.
Okay, I was at a restaurant the other day and was on my way to the gentleman's room at the restaurant, and there was a record hanging on the wall that said "Music for a Strip Tease Party."
Right.
So I snapped a picture and I posted it on the Ages of Rock page, and I posted on my personal page and just said, what songs should be on this record? And we got, actually there are, I wrote them all down. There were 39.
That'd be a long record.
Yeah, it would be a long record. But you got to work it, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. All right. So anyway, we're going to talk about that. It'll be fun. But, my disclaimer for this, and you guys are not going to believe it, but it's true. I have never been in a strip club.
I have been once, and I got paid to be there because I had to fix their sound system.
You did not get paid to go to the strip club.
Yeah, I had to fix their sound system.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure you weren't like dancing or anything.
Oh, no.
So you've never been to a strip club, Bill?
Nope.
All right.
I used to get paid to go to a strip club 5 nights out of the week.
Okay.
Go ahead. Aaron took care of it for me. I didn't need to go.
I've been a few times now. I used to travel, and I used to work for a geophysical company, and we would travel all over the United States and Canada. And I worked with a bunch of people who worked on drilling rigs and stuff like that. So when those guys got off work, they looked for strip joints and what have you. So I went along with them a few times and over the United States, saw these places.
Peer pressure.
You know what though? There's some really bad ones you don't want to go to. So we won't talk about that. But anyway, it's one of those things. And what was funny was I had to remember when the last time I'd been to one. So I had to call my sister today, and I said, "What year did you?"
Wait, what?
Because. No, I thought you guys would get a laugh out of that. But the whole point was,
is that?
No, the reason I had to call my sister because the last time I went to a strip joint was when we took her husband to be out for his bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
And that was the year 2000. So it's been 19 years since I've been to a strip joint.
Wow.
I was like, God damn, that's been a long time.
Walkers go in there.
Exactly. I go there now, and the girls are younger than my son, so that kind of creeps me out, you know.
Yeah. Well, Gene, I don't know why that's a problem.
Exactly. So anyway, it's been 19 years for me, but boy, back in the day, I've seen my fair share of different adult entertainment places, and it is what it is, and so we'll go from there. But anyway. We'll talk about that here in a little bit as far as the music is concerned.
It's been a long, long time since I've been in one myself. I've been married for well over 10 years now. So, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in one. But when I was younger, I had the opportunity to DJ at a strip club, and it was pretty great.
Yeah. You got to hit that siren. You go, here is Barbie.
I've had a lot worse jobs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can imagine so. So usually we start the show with just some news. So we got any news before we get into this topic? What kind of news we got? Well, who is it? There's the drummer for Cream.
He's in the hospital. He is.
Yeah. Not doing so well.
Condition. Yeah.
Yes, Ginger Baker.
Yeah, Ginger Baker. Yeah, not doing so well. I think he just celebrated his 80th birthday, is what it said. I think. And
wow.
He's an
been around for a while, for sure. Other than that, I posted a Bryan Adams tribute to the Cars on our Facebook page too. You know, he did one for Eddie Money that was really, really good acoustic. So he did another one for Rick Ocasek. I think he did Drive. And really good.
The interesting thing about that is everybody that's done a Rick Ocasek tribute has sang a Benjamin Orr fronted song.
Exactly. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's crazy. What was I was just going to bring up something. Oh, there was a video from Louisville from last week at the Bourbon Fest.
Aaron, whatever you tried to say, we couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Just saying it's been a rough week for losing, legendary rock stars.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks have not been good.
No. Hopefully it's so anyway, but I did see that at the Bourbon Fest last weekend in Louisville, they had Foo Fighters were playing, and they brought this little 6-year-old kid out. Ends up it was Scott Ian's son, who is Meatloaf's grandson, and came out and did Everlong, played guitar, and he did a good job. I mean, it was like what was so funny is whenever the little kid came out, he wasn't plugged in. They said, "Somebody going to plug him in? We'll bring on his guitar tech," and he called him a different name. But anyway, it was Scott Ian that walked down stage, and nobody went, "Woo!" It was like a mystery because he called him some of the name, and he plugged him in, patted him on the head, and then the little kid started doing this, So, but it was cool. It's another one of those Dave moments where, and then he ended up playing drums on a Squeeze song when Squeeze was out that. I don't know if it was the same night or a different night. But he came out and played drums on a Squeeze tune, so it's like Dave's.
Now, who did, the little kid or Dave Grohl?
Dave Grohl played drums on the Squeeze.
I was confused too. I was like, I didn't get.
Well, I assumed that he was talking about Dave, but with Dennis, you never know.
Yeah, who knows, man? Louisville's been busy, man, because they got the Louder Than Life thing this weekend. They had that last weekend. 2 weeks ago, they had some big country festival thing going on down there. It has been. They got it going on. That's crazy.
Louisville's pretty cool. I like that town.
Yeah, it's neat. My son lives there, so.
Yeah, I had tickets to go to, or I could have got tickets to go see that this weekend, and everything got. And actually, we were actually thinking Bill and I were going to go to Bowling Green to see Kato. Actually at a bar down there, and everything just got screwed up this week. I had an uncle that passed, and they're doing his funeral on Saturday early, and then we're doing a family get together kind of just dinner. So to go to Bowling Green and come back, and then we got inventory at work, it was just going to be a nightmare. And then and like I said, those tickets because only really the Louder Than Life thing, only thing I wanted to see was Saturday, because I would like to sing Guns N' Roses again. But it was like time we didn't. It was just a bad weekend, timing wise. But it's gonna be a good weekend though for music,
for sure.
Big time.
All right, so let's get to some vinyl. You got any vinyl finds? What's
it's album acquisitions?
Oh, album acquisitions, Mr. Dennis.
Yeah,
I have one.
Well, go ahead, do yours first.
I purchased the Kiss World.
Wow.
I got it I got a Groupon.
Okay.
Literally got it for $20 shipped.
Not bad.
And
so that was through Groupon and not Amazon or anything.
No, it was through Groupon, straight up through Groupon. It was I haven't listened to it yet, but
so what's on that? Is it like
let's see, some songs I've never heard of before. Crazy Nights, Rock and Roll, all originals. These might be remakes. I don't know.
Something that they don't do in concert, right?
Oh, I could list the ones they don't do in concert. God Gave Rock and Roll for You. God Gave Rock and Roll to You too. Let's see. Tears Are Falling, Unholy, Hard Luck Woman, They did Cycle Circus, didn't they? Christine 16, or as Gene says, Christine 60.
Yeah.
Let's see, Shandy, I'm a Legend Tonight, Modern Day Delilah, which is fine. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, those are all the songs they don't do in concert, huh? Look at all those options they have. They have a lot of options that they don't use. It's crazy.
Is that a 2-record set?
It is a 2-record set. Yep. Okay,
cool.
4 or 5 songs on each side, so they could sell. It's like a charge $20 instead of like, 15. Cool. Because it's more violent. Anyway.
Okay, hold on a second. I just hold on a second, Aaron. I want to point out to Dennis and Bill that every time any of us talk, when you're talking, Aaron, we completely kill your mic. So we're going to be very cognizant about not cutting you off.
Okay, I'm just along for the ride, guys. I mean, you do your thing, and when it's my time, I guess it'll be my time. Just let me know.
Well, I don't think I should.
This is pretty cool because I've never done this before, where I'm looking at 3 different guys on the computer screen doing.
Oh, I bet you have. You have to, you liar.
First time fully clothed, right? This is the first time you've had fully clothed 3 guys.
Not counting me and Alan earlier.
I heard about that. It's a little pre-show activity. Did I share this last week?
No,
you did not.
Okay, so my buddy Joe Polo, this podcast is a family, right? Right, Aaron? We're all hanging out together?
Sure.
Yep. So my buddy Joe Polo shipped me a box of Kiss cereal, the Demon, and also sent me a note that says, "Do not open it or eat it."
Well, now I have heard a lot of people say don't leave the cereal in there because it attracts some sort of insect that eats the dry cereal like that, and it'll ruin the box and everything in it. So you might want to do your research on that.
Yeah, we'll see. But it doesn't come with any. Oh, it includes something, a little mini Gene, like prize. Look at that. I didn't even notice that.
Open that fucker up, dude. That's not actual size. I'll look at it though. It says not actual size.
It doesn't.
Got a maze on the back.
Well, the dude is like 6'6".
You know what they should have did with that though? That would have been really cool. Is back in the day, and Honeycombs used to do that. They would put records on the back of these cereal boxes, and you cut them out, and it'd be like the Monkees or something like that. If they had a Kiss song or a Gene Simmons solo song on the back of it, that would have been fucking awesome.
They could have put like Sonic Boom on there. It would have sounded just like the record does.
That sounds shitty.
That's fun.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't pass it.
That was awesome.
Funko's cereal. Never even heard of that before.
So Funko is the same group that is the same company that makes the pop little figurine things. That's why he looks like that, because that's the same logo. It's the same. It's the same dude. Huh. So okay, there's some Kiss information for you. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. So I went down to Book Broker this week.
Hold on a second, Dennis. What did you say, Aaron?
I said that's cool. I didn't even know there was such a thing as Kiss cereal.
There you go.
Tastes shitty. That's all I can tell you.
You don't know what it tastes like because you can't eat it.
That's what he said.
Yeah, was that a warning not to eat it because it was shitty, or not to open it and eat it because you don't want to ruin the price of it?
Well, on the front of the box, it says small choke. It says warning, choking hazard. I mean, I'm not going to eat it because it says on the front of the box. I mean, why would you eat cereal that says choking hazard? That makes no sense at all.
I choked on my cereal.
Gene killed me.
Man, there's a lawsuit there somewhere. All right, so this week I went to first Book Broker, and I picked up a little REO Live. That's a good album. You get what you play for. It's a decent album. Got it for, of course, he still has the $6, but it's a double album. Good stuff. I bought this one here just for the fact that I just keep seeing it down there, and I'm like going, you know what? It's $4, and who could resist that picture? I mean, that's a crotch shot. So this is Montrose's Jump on it, and the back looks like that. It's a front and back shot. So anyway, I haven't listened to it yet, but
it's appropriate for this episode.
It is. So then from there, I was talking to the guy at Book Broker, and he was down to 2 boxes of records. I mean, they were down to nothing. And he said, "Man, there's a guy down the street. It's opening up a record store called Space Monkey Records, and it's just right down the street." And I'm like, "Going, well, I'm gonna check this place out." Well, that's where all my money is going to be going nowadays. So if you you see me sit on the street, he's going to have all my cash. So anyway, I went in there. He's got 16,000 records in boxes that are uncategorized, whatever. You can just go through them, blah blah blah. He had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 12 bins. What's that?
Bins.
Yeah, 12 bins that he had already went through and tested them out and everything. And they're I mean, the prices are a little bit higher, but they're like kind of like when we went to our thing the other day at the Rockin' Pod. Those record guys, they check them out and they're good. So anyway, I got the Fix. Let's see, that is was it Shuttered Room? And anyway, it's got Standard Fall, Red Sky. It's got that for $14. That's a great album. I've been looking for that one for a while.
$14? You paid $14 for a Fix record?
Yes, I did. I like the
Your
Fix.
wife should punch you in the face.
Fuck you. All right. Van Halen 1. I paid $18 for it, but it's in really good shape. So I'm
okay. Well, we'll give you that one.
Yeah, for sure.
For $17, I got Van Halen 2. I'm down to, I only have one more Dave album that I got. Actually, I have it, 1984, but it's in really bad shape. So this is Van Halen 2. Laurie listened to it. It sounds so great. So I went through, I had only got through this much of the first bin when I found those three, and I go, I'm in fucking trouble. I had Screaming for Vengeance, laying to the side. I had, it's like all the, I'm like going, I just got to get the fuck out of here. Cause I had to start checking the cook for that night. I'm like, oh, look, my wife's here. Come here. You don't have to get on camera, but come here and just give me this. You can hand it to the side. Oh my God, this is great. Special delivery. Oh my God. So anyway,
hot off the presses.
Yeah, real quick. This came in the mail today. I got Foo Fighters, brand new from Amazon. The shape and the color. Once again, it's a 45 album. There's 2 albums, so it's 45 speed. Don't know why the Foo keep doing that. I got the remastered Pink Floyd on 180 gram. I love The Wall. I know. Shut up, Bill. And then I also got.
The last time I listened to the Pink Floyd The Wall?
I know. I know. We were probably together, but we were together. I know. I've listened to it since then. Anyway, I also got Dark Side of the Moon 180 gram, just remastered. So I don't know what's in this stack. So Amy, my friend Amy, I got Journey right out of the cellar. She just brought that in. She
looks like a rat. It looks like a Rat record, though.
It is.
Okay.
You said Journey.
I'm sorry. I'm looking. That's the next record. So Rat out of the cellar. I'm getting brain warp.
No, you're getting excited.
Journey.
I'm afraid you're going to get something all over those records.
Look, Journey Frontiers. I think I have this one. But
yeah, you have that one.
I got that one already, so I can put that one aside. Scorpions, Love at First Sting. I do not have that one. Oh shit! I have Pyromania. You need a copy of that?
Maybe. I don't know.
I
think I do actually.
I just bought that, so I'm good. Ooh, here a little Critical Condition, Quiet Riot.
Good record.
I don't have that one. That's good.
How about Condition Critical?
Is that what it says?
He can't read. He can't read at all. He's like
excited.
He's like a boy in a. You're like a 18-year-old in a strip club.
Little Final Countdown. Oh my gosh! Look, and Cinderella Night Song.
Oh, winner, chicken dinner right there.
I tell you what. Tell Amy I'm going to call her a little bit when I get off the. Tell her I'm going to call her in a little bit and tell her thank you so much. Those were free.
What? You don't deserve that.
And for those that don't know, our intro and outro song, Amy's the drummer on that.
She is. Yeah, she is the drummer. She was on one of our shows talking about our bands we want to put together a band or our favorite
supergroup thing.
Supergroup. Yeah. So Amy is a really cool girl that my wife has worked with for many, many years. They go on trips together and stuff, and she's a great person, and just she's a rock. She loves rock. And somebody get that fucking phone, please.
Sorry, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, nobody can hear it except you. It's the phone in your head. Are you done with your?
Are you done?
Are you done with
I
your
am done,
acquisitions?
My acquisitions actually got doubled from what it was last time, so I'm good.
That is awesome. Well,
Awesome.
I have an acquisition, but it's not albums. I was perusing Facebook Marketplace the other day, and someone had a set of Beatles pint glasses.
That's cool, man.
The whole set, all 4 of them.
Wow.
Are they old or are they newer ones?
2010, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, copyright 2010, Apple Corp Limited.
That's still cool, man. Those are cool.
You want to take a guess at how much I paid for them?
$4.
The whole set.
$10.
Not
bad.
Yeah. And, of course, now that I've bought those off of Facebook Marketplace, every time I open it up, there's just a shit ton of Beatles stuff.
Yep.
So
go away.
So, don't buy anything on Facebook Marketplace unless you want to be flooded with everything else from that artist or whatever.
I have paid that price.
Yeah, you all have.
I have.
All right.
So, Aaron, let's talk about strip clubs.
You want to see my album acquisitions?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Throw them up there, bro.
I just so happen to have 2 sitting right here. And you guys know me, I do CDs. But the last time I was at our local music store, I got a couple of gems that I didn't have in my collection. First one, I got some Suicidal Tendencies. This CD, not their best stuff, but still pretty cool. And it's good for the collection, you know. And then the other one I picked up, I've never heard this, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. But this is a Rainbow album that I got on CD. I don't know what it's called. Difficult to Cure. You guys know this?
I've seen the cover before, but I don't know the album.
So
What's
this
on
one
that?
I picked up too, so I got to check that out and see if it's any good. But Chris warned me; he said it might be a little ballady for me.
Oh,
but those were I picked up the last time, so I was prepared.
Cool, man. That's awesome. So your backdrop, you've got 1 or 2 CDs behind you.
Yeah, there's a couple back there.
How many do you have?
I would guess probably about all together, because it goes all the way over here and it goes all the way down there. Probably about $5,000.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
But it's still always growing. You know, that's something I love to do. I like to get out to the thrift stores and the secondhand stores and, you know, the music stores and just anywhere I can go and peruse CDs. I go to the Goodwill. Man, I went to the Goodwill the other day and the guy was just putting some up on the shelf. And I was like, yes, you know, first pick. And I was able to find a couple of cool things in there that I probably wouldn't have spent more than $1 on anywhere else.
That's cool. Now, have you ever done vinyl, or do you do vinyl at all, or you just?
I've decided because, man, you know, when I was a kid, it was all vinyl, and then it was cassettes, and then it was CDs, you know, and I got into CDs, and that's when the collection really started to take off. So I've kind of stuck with that. But, you know, I want to get back into LPs now because, once again, they're everywhere, you know. So I'm seeing them cool ones all over the place. And so what I decided I was going to do is, once we get a turntable, and I've already started the collection, I'm only doing live albums. Everything else is CD, but I'm going to especially collect live albums.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. There's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of great albums. Live albums.
For sure.
So, Dennis, I'm going to need that REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, okay. That'd be awesome. It is a good one, actually. It's got a lot of good stuff on there. So
I found a live ABBA album at a friend of mine's house. Do you want me to bring it for you the next time I see Aaron? Bring you down there next year?
I don't know about the ABBA so much.
Okay. All right, man. I got your back if you need one, though.
There actually is a live ABBA, though?
Hell no. I have no idea.
I'm kind of interested.
I was hoping he'd say yes. I was going to go, okay, there's something for the show.
Dennis was like going, there is one?
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
All right, so let's get to our topic tonight, which is the strip club soundtrack. Right. So like I said, there were about 38, 39 songs that came through on the list on that. I don't know if we want to read the list and just kind of, you know, if anybody wants to chime in, good, yay, nay, or it should be on there, or no. You want to do that, or we want to do, and then I want Aaron to like chime in about some stuff that he played that was really popular. And I have a question then to start that. So did people request songs for girls to dance to, or was it the girls just had their set list that they danced to?
Well, I can only speak from my experience in this one certain time, call it the late 90s, early 2000s. I was a young man, I was single, and just like everything else, just like radio, just like Decibel Geek, I fell into it by happenstance. I was going to shoot pool with some friends at a bar one night, and they called and said they weren't going to make it. So across the street was a strip club where like my second cousin Jay worked. And so I thought, well, I don't want to go home just yet. These guys aren't going to show up. I can't shoot pool by myself. I'll just slide across the street and say hi to Jay, because I was never really a strip club goer. You know, I went and I was like, okay, I see what this is about and how, you know, you lose all your money in here and then go home with absolutely nothing, but maybe a good buzz, you know. So I wasn't really into it. But I went there to see Jay, and I'd worked on radio just a little bit at that point. And he said, hey, cousin, come hang out, you know. So I'm up in the DJ booth with him, and I'm seeing all these beautiful women running around, and they're all sweet and nice, and I'm getting introduced to them all. And I'm having a couple of beers, and after a while, my cousin Jay says to me, you want to give it a try? And I was like, no, man, no. I'm not strip club DJ. I've never done nothing like that before, but I have a few more beers. Later on, he says, you want to come on, give it a try. So I get up there and I do it, and it sounds awesome. I'm like, wow, man, it's just like being a wrestling ring announcer, except, you know, you're introducing girls to the stage instead of wrestlers to the ring. You just put them over and get everybody excited about them. It's easy. So by circumstance, I end up going back to the club and getting hired there. Like, they wanted me to come work. So I went and got to pretty much name my own price and, you know, plus tips. And it was pretty great for a young single guy. Now, the way they had it set up at the club that I worked at was they had one of those old school CD jukeboxes. Remember with the cards that would flip back and forth when you go through the selections? Well, the girls would come in on Monday, and they'd come in the afternoon, and they'd bring me their CDs, and they'd each have like 5 CDs, and I'd put them in the jukebox and then give them their numbers. These are your numbers for your songs, your CDs, here you go. So this was a way for the club to make money, extra money off the talent. So the girls would have to pay $2 for every set to get 3 songs. And when you think about it, when it comes to exotic dancers and doing their songs, this is the way it always was for me. They do 3 songs. You get the one hard rocker that they hit the stage and just blow minds with. And then you got one that's a little more smooth, a little more sultry. And then you got the nice slow one at the end for them to squirm around and make their money. And so that was always the selection, the 3 songs. Now, what I did was, and this was a different time, you know, young kids wouldn't understand this, but I had a buddy that had a computer that you could burn CDs on. Like, you could put a CD in there, download the song, and then get a burnt disc and load it up and make all kinds of like mixtapes on CDRs. You guys know what I mean. You remember all that. Yeah. And so I would fill up the jukebox with quality music. I was a true music influencer when I worked at the strip club because, I mean, I'm stuck in this club all night. There's only so much Usher I can listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
So, wow. I mean, and this was the time of all that. I mean, oh man, I've listened to enough Usher working at that club to, oh man, the bad flashbacks of that. So I would always be influencing the dancers to away from that kind of stuff and more towards the stuff that I wanted to hear, that I wanted to play. So I purposefully packed this jukebox full of good classic rock and hard, you know, rock and music, but stuff that was danceable, stuff that, you know, because there ain't nothing cooler in the world than talking to a dancer, talking her into dancing, well, I don't know, to maybe Kiss, and her get up on stage and it goes over great, and the guys in the crowd love it. She makes a bunch of money, and she comes back and goes, play me Kiss again next time. That's awesome. But the opposite side of that is when you take a chance on a song that you think is awesome, that you think everyone's going to dig, and she gets started and she looks at you from the stage like, don't ever play for me again. And so you get a little bit of both. But when you're in that situation for an extended period of time doing that job, you get to experiment. So what I did was I sat down and I tried to remember some of the best songs that I remember being able to play consistently that girls danced to successfully, that guys were in the crowd going, holy shit, I can't believe it. That this is getting played and this girl's dance to it. Take all my money, please, Right. And as far as requests, I would always kind of pitch the, don't dance to what you like. Don't dance to the kind of music you like. Dance to the kind of music play to your customer, dance to the kind of music they want to hear. And what they want to hear is some Metallica. And they go, no, we're not doing Metallica unless it's Turn the Page or Lover Man. Those were about the only two Metallica songs. But you try to get them to play to the audience, and guys would come up and say, hey, will you play some Suicidal Tendencies? And I'm like, I've got some Suicidal Tendencies. And then I go to a girl and say, hey, this guy wants to hear this song. And I go to him and say, you better get your ass up there and tip her a ton of money if she's going to dance to How Will I Laugh Tomorrow If I Can't Even Smile Today for you. And that's the only way it would work. You'd have to get the compromise. So, yeah, you can. The strip clubs that I worked in were the best ones because they were hard rock strip clubs. And I made sure of that as best as I could.
That's cool.
That's cool. Was that in the Nashville area? Is that where you're from, or is that somewhere else?
It started out in Wisconsin. See, I worked on radio. Okay. I was at part-time at the time, and I was working another little rinky-dink part-time job, but I was doing two jobs. And when this came up, it was like, wow, I can make more money doing this than I can, working these other jobs. So I hung on to the radio job and did kind of part-time at the radio at the strip club, which was called Showtime. It's an awesome place in a town called Wausau in Wisconsin. And we had so many good times in that place. Oh, so much fun. So much partying. But, yeah, it was in Wausau, Wisconsin. And then I ended up, when I moved to Nashville, I thought, well, I'll just get a job on radio again. And then that never really came to be because everybody really held on to those jobs down here, I found out. And so there wasn't really nothing available in radio. So I thought, well, I know the strip club's good money. So I went back to it for just a little while here in Nashville.
That's cool, man. That is cool. All right, so let's go through the list here. We'll see what we come up with.
All right.
So let's just do because there's a lot of songs here. So I'll read them off, and we'll just say yeah or no. How's that sound? Does that sound good?
Sounds good. It sounds good.
So we can rip through them or whatever. All right. So the first one. Jody Havnot was invited to be on the show from Podcast Rock City, and Jody was not able to make it tonight too. So we're going to have like a big crowd here tonight, which I thought was pretty cool for having a strip club conversation to have a crowd. But
in a strip club.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, so he wasn't able to make it tonight, but he posted a couple songs because I think he's been to one.
He worked on one.
I don't know.
If I recall correctly, I think he also was a DJ in the strip club, so he wanted to also lend his expertise.
And that explains why I love Jody Havnot so much, because we've got a lot in common.
There you go. Brothers from another mother.
You.
All right, so the first one is Danzig's She Rides.
Hell yes. That's an awesome song. That's a great song for a girl to get up on stage to. If there was certain songs, like, because we do amateur nights sometimes, and a girl come in and be like, well, I don't know what to dance to. And I'm like, you just let me pick your song, and if you can't dance to it, you don't belong here. And She Rides would have been one of those songs. Another one off that album that's really good is a tune called Souls on Fire, which is, these are good, slow, groovy, kind of get down, move around kind of songs. And off of Danzig 3, I'd go with Sistinus, which is a really sweet, just drippy, groovy song that if you can't dance sexy to that, then you need to, go do something else, because this ain't going to work for you.
I think I might catch something before this is over with.
Drippy groovy. I like that. We're talking about strip songs. Drippy groovy.
Those are the best ones for the strip clubs, man. The ones that a girl can just kind of slither around to.
There you go.
We have that graphic thing.
All right.
I'm just kidding. That's cool. So the next one is Montrose's Rock Candy. It got 2 votes. There were 2 people that sent something in for that. That's a good song. I like that song.
I'd go with the Bullet Boys version myself.
Yeah, that's a good song too. I saw that live. That was good. All right. Somebody posted Du Hast by Rammstein. That would be Alan.
Rammstein.
So
Well, actually, that was me being a smart ass.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Aaron.
The Rammstein song "Stripped" is a really good one for that atmosphere. If you've ever heard that.
No, I'm not
Got
into
crickets
those.
on that one, Aaron.
I don't know those guys. I don't know those guys. I know what they do, and I know their show. I just don't know their music.
I had to go listen. I had to go listen to it because I'd not heard it before. I was like, no.
I think honestly, that's probably where I got introduced to Rammstein, was in that.
Wow.
But I'm not
laughing.
a fan or nothing.
Yeah.
All
right. Pantera, Cowboys from Hell.
I mean, yeah, if you got that first song when the girl's first coming out and she's going to jump around and swing around on the pole and kick her legs high in the air and all that good stuff, that's a great song for it. But song number 2, Cemetery Gates, is probably a little bit better.
All right, we're about to run into the 80s here in a second. Motley Crue made 1, 2, I don't know how many strip club songs. So the first one that come on the list is Girls, 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 and that had 3 votes.
That's the classic, that's the one, that was the song that strip clubs all over the country were playing because they dropped their names in a bunch of those songs. But man, Crue's one of them bands. They wrote so many songs that were great for the club. Too Fast for Love, A Girl Can Dance to That. Piece of Your Action, that's perfect, made for it. Starry Eyes, Looks That Kill, Too Young to Fall in Love, 10 Seconds to Love, and Wild Side. Everyone goes with Girls, 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 but Wild Side. And then Dr. Feelgood's got Slice Your Pie, Sticky Sweet, and She Goes Down, which are perfect for that setting. And Teaser off of Decade of Decadence. Now tell me Teaser ain't a perfect strip club song.
Perfect. Yeah,
cool.
You're right.
But here's something that you guys might find really interesting. I met a girl one time, and it's always neat on Monday when the girls come in and they bring you their music because, you got the ones that are like, oh, here's all, the music you hate, and just go ahead and put this in there for me. But then once in a while, girls would show up that would have CDs. You'd be like, oh, yeah, you and I are going to get along. I remember a girl that was adamant about dancing to the song by Motley Crue, Glitter. You guys know Glitter? Off of
Generation Swine.
Weird song, but this girl loved it, and that was her favorite song to dance to. And it's like, I remember going, how do you even know about this song? Because it was such a weird time. It's not like you were just running into Motley Crue fans everywhere you went. That this girl brought in Glitter and wanted to always dance to that song, and that always tripped me out.
So how did you hear about it?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're waiting for the big story.
Dancing to it. Some year-old woman was dancing to it, and she liked it.
Yeah, who knows? I met Gene Simmons one night, and he was listening to this in his car.
All right, so we got Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. You got 3 votes.
Of course. That's the classic. But personally, for me, if I'm going to pick a Def Leppard song for a beautiful woman to dance to, it's going to be Too Late for Love.
That'd be a good one.
Love Bites would probably be a good one for a slow, like the third dance of the night.
Roll around and pick up the money song.
All right, AC/DC, Soul Stripper.
I don't even know that song. What is that?
It's a good rock and old school Bon Scott tune, but for my money, if you're going to play any AC/DC song, if I want to see a girl dance to any song by AC/DC, there's number 1, easily the best song, Let Me Put My Love Into You. If you, as a beautiful woman that considers yourself an exotic dancer with some talent and some skills, if you can't dance to that song, something's not right.
I would say Shoot the Thrill. If AC/DC.
Rockin', I think. Let Me Put My Love Into You's got that, again, that sultry kind of sexy groove to it that, only certain songs have.
Cool. All right, this is one I thought was odd. Somebody said Main Street by Bob Seger. I was like,
Her Strut would be the one I would do.
Her Strut would be my pick.
Her Strut would be the one I would do.
A lot of girls go with the Strut, which is a good one.
Cool. Another song I'd never heard of by Tom Waits is Pasties and G-String.
Don't know that one.
Never heard that.
Don't know that one myself.
All right, passing it. Maybe. One of my favorite Whitesnake songs, "Slide It In."
Duh.
Slow and easy.
Snake songs.
Yeah.
Almost all Whitesnake songs were written for that environment.
Yeah.
So
White
Motley Crue,
Snake.
yeah, Motley Crue and Whitesnake should do a tour to just do a club tour together, right?
Yeah, strip club.
Stripper tour.
stripper. Wouldn't be a real
Wow.
tour because then Joan Jett, "Do You Want to Touch?"
That
Yeah,
was
see
my pick.
Definitely.
Except for, in that with that one, it's really Joan Jett. You just really want to. Never mind. Okay.
Mm.
NXS, "Need You Tonight."
I'm not a big an excess guy, but I've seen plenty of girls dance to that stuff and do it pretty well. So, I can't argue with it.
"Fat Bottom Girls" by Queen.
Depends on which club you're in.
Nah.
I got no problem with that.
Not going to happen.
Van Halen, "Everybody Wants Some."
Yes. I like that one.
Most
Big
definitely.
one.
For me, I think the Van Halen go-to is always "Drop Dead Legs."
That would be good, too. I never thought about that. That'd be a good one.
I think the most popular one is "Hot for Teacher."
Alan's dying on the screen over there.
Drop Dead Legs has got a really good groove to it. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, got that kind of slow, methodic, kind of really good beat. Cool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
There's any girl that's aspiring to be a dancer could take that song and do something with it, because I think, honestly, over the years of doing that, and like I said, it's been a long, long time since I've been involved in that industry, but being a DJ at a club was great. It was a lot of fun. I got to meet all kinds of cool people. And, I always hated it when people go, "Oh, stripper," but not really take into account what all goes into that, because it's more than just lap dances and being pretty. The ones that took it seriously, that could get up on that pole and really rock it out, and the ones that could really dance, like you could play almost anything for them and they'd figure out how to make it seem sexy. That's a talent, and that's almost, it's athleticism is what it is, and so to just blow somebody off as being a stripper, there's so much more to it, I think, and anyway, as far as I remember, which was a long time ago, maybe it's different now, but back then I had a lot of respect for those girls because they would go up there and tear it up sometimes to some of my favorite songs, and I love that.
Well, to be able to hold yourself on that pole, you have to have good upper body strength, and spinning around and dancing and all of that, way more physically fit than I will ever be.
Yeah, I could never do it. I'd be hanging out in the clubs after they were closed with these girls, and they'd be like, "Give it a shot," and I'd try to swing on it. I could never do it. I don't know if it's, the male build or just the fear of racking your nuts on the pole. I couldn't do it.
That would be a fear.
And Aaron, we're so glad you didn't, because we wouldn't want to see that. And so anyway.
Okay, so
I want to see Alan's beard against that pole. He'd be like cleaning it. It'd be like muffing it with
all stuck. Oh, help!
Okay, the next one is Chris Isaac's "Wicked Game."
I thought about that one this week. I think of it. That's one of those ones where you can get the money. That's a money song.
Yep, most definitely. And I've heard that song played probably 1 million times in my time working in those clubs.
Dollar bills would be going. All right.
There was a Dick Dale song called "Ramble," and I listened to that. Yeah, I listened to that, and I'm like, I did not get it. I didn't get the groove. I couldn't figure out I was like,
It's kind of a Pulp Fiction-y kind of thing, but I can see where they could go with that. It's kind of that Wicked Game thing, but it's still, they're not making a lot of money. Yeah, they're walking away. They're not picking up a lot of dollars at the end.
We should have rated this by how many dollars? Like $5 being the most.
Yeah,
right?
there we go. $1. It'd be a $1 song. Okay.
Okay. There you go. All right. So, Kiss, "Take It Off."
Absolutely.
Big song.
Okay.
$5 song.
I compiled a list especially for this moment.
There you go.
I knew it was coming.
Because I know you guys are Kiss fans, so I put together the definitive list of Kiss strip club songs. These are the songs that work. A girl can go up on stage and dance to any one of these, and there's going to be some cool Kiss fans in the club, and they're going to come over and give you your money, give you their money. So these are the songs. Come On and Love Me. That's a great one. That works. Calling Dr. Love. They can dance to that for sure. Larger Than Life. One of my personal favorites. I remember from back in the day being able to play that for a girl and her come down and be like, that was awesome. And I'm like, that was Kiss. Love Gun. You can't go wrong with that. Pretty much anything off of Dynasty. Anything off of Dynasty, especially Sure Know Something, is a great song to see a girl dance to. From there, Is That You works. Naked City works. Easy As It Seems is a good one. Rock and Roll Hell's got that groove to it that a girl can really dance sexy to. And I Still Love You off Creatures of the Night. That's a Pick Up the Money song. Nowhere to Run always worked. A Million to One was a song I could play and get away with. Thrills in the Night was one that you could play and a girl could go, that was pretty good. I could dance to that. Chris Czynszak's going to hate me for this, but Murder in High Heels is a good dancing song. Tears Are Falling works. Thief in the Night works. Of course, Let's Put the X in Sex. I mean, that's what it was written for, I think. Right along with You Make Me Rock Hard. Take It Off, that's pretty much a definitive one also. Domino, and also a couple of songs outside of the Kiss realm. Paul Stanley's Tonight You Belong to Me and Ace Frehley's Into the Night. Those are the Kiss songs that work in the strip club. Ladies, if you're listening to this, if you're listening to Ages of Rock because you're listening to this to try to learn how to make more money in the club tonight, then that's what you need to know right there. That's your song list. You just bring the DJ those CDs and say, play these songs, and you're going to make a ton of money out there tonight. Now, go knock them dead and play some Kiss.
Throw I bet you're right.
That was a good list. I mean, that was a great list.
Well,
I mean, you're gonna do Parasite.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You forgot All Night.
Oh, yeah.
All Night would be a good one, I think, for the first song coming up.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever watched the video, it's pretty much full of strippers anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did forget All Night. That would definitely work.
Good job, Alan. I don't like that song. I would have left. I would have went to the bathroom.
Oh, goddamn. Now we know how to get rid of Dennis.
We do. I'm going to play that song.
Thank
I'm going
you,
to play
Aaron.
that song right at the beginning of every show. Can we
what
change our
else you
theme
got?
song?
What else you got?
All right, so I'm going to get through these. Otherwise, we're going to be on here for an hour. So
I got a couple I want to add.
All right, baby. Well, you don't know because you don't know the list. Baby Got Back.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I would try to dissuade the girl.
I know. I didn't. Once Bitten, Twice Shy by Great White.
I'd go with Rock Me.
I would too.
Yeah.
Agree. There's Wild Side. We talked about that already. Cashmere.
Cashmere's got a good groove to it.
Journey, Lovin', Touching, and Squeezing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Rough Boy by ZZ Top. I didn't know that song. I'm not a big ZZ Top fan, but I listened to it and I was like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it's kind of a good groove to it. That's what songs all have in common. They got to have that danceability to it.
Yep. Tease and Pleasin' by Dangerous Toys.
Yeah, I mean, it fits the scenario.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is one of my, actually, I have a record called Strip Joints that is a CD that I bought some years ago because I like the list of songs that are on there. One of the songs on there is called You Can Leave Your Hat On.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it's been done by a couple of different people. So the people that posted on the webpages both posted the Joe Cocker version.
Yes.
But the version on that CD that I have is the Tom Jones version, which is just badass. If you get a chance to go listen to the Tom Jones version, it is totally Tom Jones. That slick Tom Jones kind of.
What was the movie that Kim Basinger was in with? God damn it!
Basic Instinct.
No. Kim Basinger.
9.5
weeks.
Yeah.
That song was in that movie, and it is. It's one of those. It's a sexual song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Great song.
Sure.
That's a money song.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Anyway, it's a great song. Unskinny Bop by Poison.
Yeah, I mean, you can go with Unskinny Bop. Again, a lot of these songs are going to be like the most popular, well-known songs, but for me, If I'm going Poison, I'm doing Love on the Rocks, or I'm doing Flesh and Blood Sacrifice. Body Talk is a great song for a girl to dance to. Shut Up, Make Love is pretty great. And I think the best song that Poison ever did that works on the strip club stage better than anything else is a tune called Sexual Thing. And like I said, I was a music influencer when I worked at that club. So when these bands are coming out with this music, when this stuff is still kind of new, I'm bringing it in and sticking it in the CD player and playing it. So it didn't matter if radio wasn't playing, that band at that time anymore, because I was still into it and I was still pushing Poison on the customers of the strip club.
So are you saying that people owe you some money?
Maybe.
There's some royalties to be headed your way.
Well, I collected tips from the girls at the end of the night, so I think I'm probably even on that.
You got it, man. All right, so I Touch Myself by the Divinyls. That's probably an automatic.
That's classic, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Lick It Up. That was another Kiss song that's on here.
Oh, yeah, you got to include Lick It Up, for sure.
Crazy Bitch.
Oh,
Yeah, times.
American Woman. I'm assuming that would be the version by
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
would, yeah.
I remember a lot of these songs were ones that maybe I wasn't especially into, but for the times, I was hearing a lot of Godsmack. I was hearing a lot of these bands that were popular at the time for ad nauseum sometimes, where, I guess it was better than Usher.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
That's a good classic one for your first kicking it out on the stage, but for Guns N' Roses, for me, the two songs are always going to be Rocket Queen and Black Leather off the Spaghetti Incident.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The Jack was another one. AC/DC, The Jack.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of scary, though.
Unless you know what the song means, and then it's going to start giving you other thoughts. What am I doing here? This is terrible idea.
She's got the Jack. I don't want to put my fingers there.
Yeah. The Jack too if I don't get the hell out of here.
Exactly. Love Bites by Judas Priest.
Yeah, that could be.
Diamonds and Rust.
Yeah. That'd be cool. All right, we got four more. Keep Your Hands to Yourself by the Georgia Satellites.
No, I fucking hate that song.
Probably a good just a reminder song every once in a while. That's something you play in between the girls going up on stage.
Yeah.
Just a friendly reminder, everybody.
Hey, we have Will drinks tonight for $3, and we got and next whip we got Trish. Not that I've ever been to a strip joint before, but that's what I remember. Anyway.
All right. Cocaine by, I would assume that's by Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton, yeah.
And Mustang Sally.
Definitely.
And then the last one is Beautiful Dangerous by Slash, which I had not heard, but I listened to that song. That's a really cool song.
Is it the one with the conspirators?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Miles Kennedy singing.
Yeah.
That's all good.
And I think that was one that might be one that Jody put up there too, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty cool.
Oh, Prince. Nobody said anything about Prince.
These are all man. There was no Prince, which I thought there might be.
I've got Prince on my list, and it's pretty much anything by Prince.
I was gonna say is anything.
There are people say what they want to say about that dude. That dude, he was a freaking beast. I mean, he had more talent in his little finger than half these people out here today have at all. So,
while we're talking about Prince, just about any song that he wrote for Sheena Easton would work.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that whole record would work.
Music.
I spent my most part of the early 80s, talking about Prince and talking him down and talking about how shitty he was and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like going, God damn, that dude could. Number one, he's a great guitar player. Number two, he wrote a shitload of great songs. So I'm going to, I'm eating shit for all the stuff that I said about him back then. And I should. And
that's
why I'm redeeming myself now, because he was a fucking genius,
Dig it.
So Aaron, Dennis, you had some songs you wanted to add to the list?
Just a couple. Stranglehold by Ted Nugent.
Oh,
yeah.
Money Song. That's a money song right there.
Sure.
That or Hey Baby. I love that. I love Hey Baby. That's a great song
Well,
too.
Hey Baby would be Get You to Stranglehold if you're going to do a whole Ted set. That was the one that I was thinking about. And I was thinking about Shoot the Thrill. That was the other AC/DC one I mentioned earlier. Like I said, most of the ones I had on that list, that we had on the internet. And like I said, it's been so long. Everything I'm going to pull up is going to be stuff that I heard back in the day. So I don't have any. I can't think of any new stuff that It's going to be all. If I went to a strip joint today, I'd probably throw up because all the music would be shit that I would turn off on the radio after 5 seconds. Anytime I'm in the car. So
that's what I was going to say about that Slash song. It's been so long since I've worked in the strip club. That song wasn't even out yet when I was there.
Oh yeah, that would have been here within the last couple of years.
No, but, it's an older Slash song.
Oh, it's an older. Is it older? Okay.
Yeah, Alan, did you have anything to add?
No.
To the list? All right, well, Aaron, give us your list there, bro.
Okay, anything by the Cult. Pretty much anything by the Cult works in the strip club. Girls can dance to the Cult. Duran Duran, Save a Prayer.
Yes.
Hungry Like a Wolf, Notorious, any of those work. One of my all-time favorites personally that I just used to love to see girls dance to was In the Groove by Enough's Enough. One of the most awesome, just groovy songs. It's in the title. It works. Little Dove by Faster Pussycat. Yeah, I'm right on that one. Magic Man and Straight On by Heart. Jimi Hendrix, Red House was always something that got played a lot, but I never really minded that. There's a song by a band called Caius, and the song's called Size Queen, and it's got that groove to it also. If you guys aren't familiar with that, you should check it out.
What was the band called again?
Caius. They were one of those desert session bands from the 90s, 2000s-ish. Like, they spawned off Queens of the Stone Age and stuff.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the ones that used to go out in the desert and set up.
Hey, yeah. They got Size Queen. You got to check that out. It's awesome. And you could just imagine in your head a girl dancing to it when you hear it. Sex Action by LA Guns. That's a great kickoff song. Come out on the stage, kick them heels high, and rock it out. Spinning Wheel by Love Hate. I think that's a song that was kind of meant for that. Another personal favorite of mine was Artificial Red by Mad Season. You guys familiar with that?
No.
I'm familiar with the band.
Yeah, that's the Lane Staley band. Had the dude from Jam in it. And they got a tune on that album because they only had the one album, and it's called Artificial Red, and it is probably the most perfect strip club song that there ever could have been. Gotta have some Ozzy. I gotta go with Believer. Believer's an awesome song to see a girl dance to. And then for you wrestling fans, back in the day, this might just be my experience because I had the CD and I put the songs on the jukebox, but ECW had a CD called Extreme Music, and on that CD was Bruce Dickinson along with the guitarist Roy Z doing a cover of the Scorpions' The Zoo, which was awesome. That was a great one to play for the girls dancing. Another one, this might be an oddball too, but I highly recommend you check this out. Sebastian Bach with Warren DeMartini doing Little Lover by AC/DC. Listen to that song and tell me you don't want your woman dancing to it. Lying. Pretty much any Typo Negative. Warrant, Cherry Pie. I'm surprised didn't make the list because that's a given there. Geez. For my money, I go with Hole in My Wall. See a girl dance to that. And of course, it wouldn't be Aaron Camaro if I didn't say there is an Ugly Kid Joe song, and it's called Slower Than Nowhere. And that's my list. Those are awesome rock and roll strip club songs. Those are the songs I used to push on people and say, if you can't dance to these, you can't dance to nothing. Forget that Usher bullshit. Dance to this Ugly Kid Joe song.
Cool.
What's funny too is you got now with Steel Panther, they got a ton of songs that you could that these strippers could dance to. That'd be awesome. Was it 11 girls in a row or 15? I can't think of the name of the.
Well, the entire album.
Yeah, it's anything from Steel Panther. You could go from that.
And again, and that was after my strip club time. Right. But yeah, totally, that all works.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Aaron, man, thank you very much for being on. This has been fun. I mean, for never been in a strip club, you guys took me in there. It was kind of weird. Freaked me out a little bit. I'm going to have to go take a shower.
Strip club, you loved it.
I did. It was great. I had a good time.
Here's one thing I'll leave you with that I used to love to do, and you guys being Kiss fans will know exactly what I'm talking about. One of my favorite things was on Saturday night when things are really cooking in the club and everybody's drinking and having a good time and there's beautiful women dancing all over the place. I used to like to kill the music, get on the microphone and give the old classic line, "This place looks like a fucking zoo. Let me hear all the animals," and listen to the whole place erupt, and they'd have no idea I was totally ripping off Paul Stanley.
That's awesome.
That's the best. Hey, man, talk about where they can find you. If people want to look up and see Aaron Camaro and hear his voice again.
Of course, I'm one half of the Decibel Geek podcast. You know, if you guys are listening to Ages of Rock, which you should be, why wouldn't you be? You ought to be checking us out, too, because I think you might enjoy it.
Absolutely. Those are great guys. Chris and Aaron are awesome dudes. Appreciate everything you guys have done for us because you've helped us out a lot getting started and connecting us with folks. And the Rockin' Pod Expo is a freaking badass great time every year. It's a lot of fun.
I love it. Seeing you guys every year.
Yeah, can't wait to do it again next year. So it
gives us time to all hang out and everything. Hang out here for a little bit after we get done because I got a story I got to tell you.
All right, man. Go for it, Alan.
All right. Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
All right, folks. Check us out on 80sofrock.com, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Spotify, whatever. Y'all know the routine. Peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.